Do you enjoy decks that reward smart sequencing, bouncing threats for value, and controlling the tempo of a game? Well, this one's for you. I'm Cody, and today we're diving into an aggressive hero deck built around early game Rebel units and late game Force units. At the heart of it all is Qui-Gon Jinn, a leader whose ability lets you bounce one of your own units back to hand, then play a non-villain unit with lower cost for free. That effect is huge, because not only does it generate tempo, it even lets you cheat out off-aspect cards like Bodhi Rook without having to pay their aspect penalty. But the real power comes from abusing early game Rebel units with some powerful win plate effects, from cards like Fleet Lieutenant and Wing Leader, to keep looping value while still staying aggressive. Then we shift into the late game with some of the best Force units in the game. We have Ahsoka for discard and disruption, Ki-Adi-Mundi for card draw, Mace Windu for rear card removal, and of course Plo Koon as a high impact ambush threat. This is all made possible by playing the Temple of Destruction base, that gives you the force whenever a unit does 3 or more damage to a base, which is always what we want to do anyways. So most of the units have 3 power on attack, but you may notice 3 cards that don't. Alliance X-Wing, Sabine Wren, and Rebel Pathfinder, and this is actually because most of the 3 power ground units have 2 toughness. And right now we're in kind of a big butt meta, so your guys just end up dying without getting any value more often than not. But we do fix this by having 9 turn 2 plays that can give us a damage boost to get the force, which is fine because we really don't want to start using Qui-Gon Jinn's ability until around turn 4. Some Qui-Gon Jinn lists go bigger and are slower with a heavier focus on force units, but this version leans much more into the aggressive side with early game Rebel pressure and tempo flips, giving you faster games and more proactive lines. Although the one thing I would watch out for is go wide swarm decks like Set 4 Vader. If you fall behind early, it can be really hard to stabilize or win the race. But that's why we have a playset of bombing runs in the sideboard to help that matchup after sideboarding. We're running a tight event package, just the essentials. Spare the Target gives us flexible removal. Change of Heart is our blowout play. You can take control of a strong enemy unit, bounce it back to your opponent's hand, and then drop your own threat in its place. It's tempo, disruption, and a finisher all in one. And finally, I'm running Bamboozle as a tech slot. Because let's be honest, it's really easy to lose to a deck that loads up one unit with upgrades. Plus, it's incredibly satisfying to bamboozle a fully loaded Kylo Ren. Alright, let's quickly talk about the sideboard. We have Sparker Rebellion for some hand disruption, which is great in the control matchups. Can be good against aggro if there's certain cards that give you trouble. Cham Syndulla, just a good ramp card. It's a rebel, so it synergizes with that part of the deck. It can also be bounced back to your hand to get more value if your opponent keeps ramping. Bombing Run for the aggressive decks that go wide, like Vader. Tranquility, because most of our top end are actually Republic units, so this adds a way to recur them in grindy matchups, as well as adds another big finishing threat to the deck. So that's the deck. Whether you're bouncing Ezra for days or dropping Mace Windu to close out the game, this deck rewards good sequencing, smart plays, and is an absolute blast to pilot. Let me know what leader archetype you want me to cover next, and if you're enjoying the content, hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Now let's see how this deck performs in some games. Alright, we're here against Kylo Data Vault. So this hand is going to be a mulligan. This is better. So we'll get rid of one Ki-Adi-Mundi. Bamboozle is going to be really good here against Kylo potentially. It's hard. I feel like I should keep it. Alright, we'll get rid of Plo Koon. And all the upgrades. This is going to come in handy later, so we'll keep that for now. See how that plays out. Maybe Ki-Adi-Mundi was the better play, but we'll see. Green Squadron A-Wing is also interesting. But I think that's what we're going to resource. I think it's Fleet Lieutenant. We're going to Fleet Lieutenant. We're just going to kill Dr. Pershing so he can't draw any cards. We don't really want him to draw cards. It's going to be bad for us. So we'll just claim the initiative here. Get rid of the Rebellious Hammerhead. We're on 4 resources. Alright, so now we'll do 3 damage to Fleet Lieutenant. We'll get the Force so we can Ki-Adi-Mundi. We don't have anything to bounce back at the moment, so there's no reason to... No reason to use the ability. Okay, kill Sabine. That's perfectly fine, actually. So we'll draw cards, get another Sabine. Perfect. Oh, we got the Bamboozle. We don't need to play that. Okay, we have all the Sabines. So 6 resources would be removal, of course. So we'll do 3 to their base. Data Vault is going to be annoying. That little extra bit of health actually makes a difference. So I think here we actually want to go to space. So we're just going to play Qui-Gon Jinn's Ether Sprite here. Get rid of 1 Mace Windu. We'll get rid of 1 Bamboozle actually, because I think 1 is enough. And having a 2-cost unit is good. If we bounce Fleet Lieutenant, we can still put something into play, which is relevant. And let's see if we can get the Wind Blade double with Ahsoka. Would be pretty strong here. Now, there's going to be a lot of non-unit cards in this deck. This could be the version that actually almost plays no units, which would be annoying. Okay, no, he has removal. Alright, we'll do 3 to base. So I doubt he's going to deploy here. So actually what we're going to do is Mace Windu, take out their Sentinel. They might have a discard. What's in there? Okay, so they actually only have 1 upgrade right now, so that's pretty good for us. But they could still bring out Kylo if they wanted, but I doubt it, yeah. Okay, he claims. We'll deploy Qui-Gon Jinn, get their base, bounce back Mace Windu, play Ahsoka, get a card out of their hand. If we were able to get the attack off, that would have been a great turn, but that's fine. I think we actually want Rebel Pathfinder over Sabine because of Saboteur. Okay, Super Laser Blast. So we'll play Rebel Pathfinder. And Ezra, and we'll pass again. Change of Heart is really good here. We'll get rid of a Mace Windu. What we want is another Kiana Mundi to get some card advantage. Power of the Dark Side. I guess we get rid of Rebel Pathfinder. Do we want to play Fleet Lieutenant? I think we do. We don't get the value, but it does get another card on board. Okay, just kill it. Okay, we'll play another Ezra. And pass. Ooh, a blaster. That's actually a good draw there. So he's getting low on cards. So Ahsoka would be really good here to start making him discard so he can't... Alright, we'll hit Ezra again. I think we're actually going to leave Cassian on top and put it to the resources here. Okay, Rivals Fall on Fleet Lieutenant is definitely not the worst thing here. We're actually going to go to space. Power the Dark Side. Okay, we'll get rid of our ship. They could deploy... Yeah, we'll play Plo Koon. We'll pass. Put Cassian our resources, gives us a little sneaky play after. We do have a blaster here to keep note of. Alright, so they're going to do their Kylo fun stuff. We're just going to bamboozle. Play it regular. They have 4 cards in hand. We went through a lot of removal. Okay, Legal Authority. That is annoying, but it's not actually the worst. We'll just play Mace Windu, deal 4 damage. Now he's 7 power, which is annoying, but we will take him out. Oh, I forgot about the Electro Staff. And that we only have 2 units. That's a punt on my part. Oh, another bamboozle. Okay. Not paid attention there. Should have been looking at what was actually on here and to the board state, but this is funnier.
Got him!
Kylo's great. Bamboozle is a great card. Alright, opponent claims. Let's do 8 there. I think we leave Cassian for next turn. Actually, put another Cassian in there too. because they have to deal with what we have on board now. So we have 2 Cassians we can bring out to potentially end the game. And that's the game. All right, GG. And that's our Qui-Gon Rebel Red value engine in action. This deck is all about bouncing rebels for repeat value early, then closing out with big force threats in the late game. What do you think? Is this the most fun way to play Qui-Gon right now? I'd love to hear your ideas, swaps, or even crazy combo suggestions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.